It's your boy, Amreezy, and I'm back with another Road to Sorare Boss episode where we follow my journey in the wonderful world of Sorare. If you're new around here, here's how it works. I love Sorare, so I talk about Sorare, all the latest things that have happened in the world, any breaking news, we'll talk about that on our weekly series here. Every Thursday we do these Road to Sorare Boss episodes. It's a bit like a Road to Glory because I play on a little bit of a budget. I don't play with like super thousands and thousands of pounds every season, but I do spend a little bit, so it's not quite a Road to Glory, it's more of a Road to Sorare Boss episode. I show you my lineups from the weekend, I show you my preview lineups for the coming weekend, and we just chat anything Sorare. And I just want to get straight to it this week. I've got a character who I'm going to be introducing to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to meet Detective Amreezy. Detective Amreezy, I have to get out back to Amreezy now. Detective Amreezy is here, and he will be here every week. We have a bad game week to investigate who killed our game weeks, who is responsible for the crimes on Sorare against Amreezy's teams. So Detective Amreezy will be back. He'll be reviewing the previous game week for us. Then we'll get to the more usual characters, which is just Amreezy on his own, previewing the weekend to come. So, without any further ado, let me introduce you to someone, guys. It's your boy. Oh, that's very good. That's better than I thought. Okay. I guess that's his voice now. It's your boy, Detective Amreezy, and I'm back with another Who Killed Amreezy's Sorare Game Weeks. Let's get into it. So there I was, minding my own business in a small town, drinking black coffee and having cherry pie, when all of a sudden this guy Amreezy turns in and said, and by the way, what are the chances I'd be wearing the same t-shirt as Amreezy today? Just a sure coincidence. But this town, there are a little too many coincidences, so the main culprits this weekend was Amreezy's Premier League in-season lineups, where, once again, he was going for a big streak. He was going for hot streak number 3. Hot streak number 3, Amreezy was going for. But unfortunately, there were some assassins hiding within his team. I hope you don't think the body just over there is a little bit too much for the graphics, but here we are. So, lineup number 1. It was no surprise for when I saw this lineup. The leading suspects, Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers. I've been doing this job too long to know, once again, if you trust Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers in a Division 1 lineup, Amreezy, you're going to get relegated. So, they let him down, basically. And the goalkeeper didn't help too. So, Cole Palmer getting injured early on. There were a lot of people here, which all contributed to the death of this lineup as they got relegated. Lineup number 2. Sure, a couple more steady hands here. Kudos, captain. Great new addition to the gallery, Kudos. He did his part. But if I look here at left back, Mark Cucurella, I'm looking at you and your family, son. Should have been doing better than 13 points. Matt Sells in goal. You had Burnley away, Matt Sells. This case is closed. Matt Sells and Cucurella, you are the culprits. You are the killers, the murderers in this team. Third lineup. We really needed to hit 400 points from somewhere, and we're not going to hit 400 points with Robert Sanchez being a clown. So this lineup, let down by Robert Sanchez. Detective Amreezy, this is an easy case. Solved. Sanchez the victim here. No, not the victim. The other word for the criminal. Amreezy's the victim. Sanchez is the criminal. And last but not least, we always knew this lineup was a throwaway lineup. But still, Evan Nielsen, captain. You killed the team. Smith Rowe, Dewsbury Hall, Henderson, anybody want to score above 40? Kirkeres, okay result. So I think we solved the crime this week of who killed Amreezy's streak. Game week 6, 5, 9, 11? Game week 11, I guess. Thank you, Detective Amreezy, for that insightful review of my weekend. We've found the killers. It was in the Premier League this week. I'd just like to thank Detective Amreezy for taking out of his busy time. We can probably get rid of the crime graphics now. It's no longer a crime scene anymore, so that's gone. So yeah, we've thanks to the Detective Amreezy's help, we've worked out who killed the lineups. It was all of those players. I can take over for the rest of the lineups because, you know, maybe we should have kept Detective Amreezy back to have a look at the Spanish lineup, but I think it would have been a fairly obvious case for him. Santiago Murillo didn't play. Mariba did pants. No one did really great in La Liga, so we're not having a good time in La Liga as well. All the streaks gone. Hot streaks gone from the Premier League. Hot streaks gone from La Liga. Back to week 1. Oh, it's fun, isn't it? It's fun. Classic. We won 200 essence in Champion. So that's a fifth of a craft. Let down by Monaco. Even though they won 5-2, they conceded 2. So the defenders didn't do great. Henrique didn't play. Akliouche, 5 goals. Decided not to get involved in any of them. Minamino in this lineup here, he did get an assist, but then also gave away a penalty. So he didn't want to have a good score. I think looking at all the scores, the only players who've got good scores here are Nico Williams, a bit of a rare goal from him, and Chris Richards for a dramatic clearance off the line. Otherwise, it was pretty panted Champion. Not the best weekend in general for me. Not a good week. A lot of I think 3 relegations, a promotion in the under-23s. So, you know, thanks to Jorgensen coming off the bench when Sanchez got injured. We had a playing goalkeeper all of a sudden under 23s. Mika Biereth finally scored. So green shoots, silver linings amidst a terrible game week. Gianni Stukas doing what he does best. Aram Buru done nothing all season, so I didn't play him in season this week. I put him in under 23s, and he got his best score yet. Champ All-Star. We got 100 more essence here, so you can see it was a terrible week. I think I got 900 essence. I'm trying to work out where did I get 900 essence from. Well, it tells you here I got 927 essence. My big head's blocking that. I don't know where exactly all that essence is from. We got 100 here, 100 here. So that's 200 from Champion, 100 here from under 23s, 100 here, so 400 from the All-Star. Yeah, where did I get 900 from? We better get Detective Amreezy back on this case. The mystery of where did we get our 900? And it's not like it's common essence. It's 900 regular essence with some common essence added on. So apparently we got 900. We'll take it. So was there anyone? There may be one more league. There may be one. Oh, we got to look at midweeks as well. We've got to look at midweeks. Right. So the last. We'll get there. We also were in the champion lineup, the championship, where we had a DMP from Sergi Cardona. So that means championship lineups basically in the bin. Basically, I had a midweek lineup as well. We'll have a look at that as well. But basically, because I've now had 3 lineups that haven't done well, I think it's pretty much impossible for me to do anything good in the championship. So there goes that lineup. In All-Star, Correa did well for Tigres. Correa is on glorious form. I got this card for like 30p because I knew he was going to go to Tigres. And yeah, okay scores so far. Not too shabby. And some of these are against easy teams, some of these are against trickier teams. So it's not like when he has a hard game, you don't play him. You basically play him every game and hope he gets one of these. Not quite New York City skyline, but we're getting there. We're getting there with Angel Correa. So Correa's a fun card. Soleil's been a nice card in Serie A as well. Omar Soleil being a good defender for me. Eric Garcia with a good score, and Dai Kunde. There were some good scores in All-Star, but they were just, as usual, sprinkled casually around all my lineups and not in the same lineup. Jared Bowen's been hitting a bit of good form, even though West Ham have been terrible. If they score 1 goal, Bowen's usually involved. So quite a good idea to captain him most weeks, even if it's a tricky game. He's West Ham's only outlet up front, it seems. So shrugs. We did think Phil Foden would play this game against Arsenal because he did well in the Manchester derby. He didn't start. Well, he did start, but he came off. And then he also played midweek. Even though he scored, it's still a bit funny. Like, will he play at the weekend? He scored midweek. Let's see. So that's how I did last weekend. in terms of new cards that I've been bringing in, I don't think I've brought any new cards since last week's video. Let me just double check that is correct. Yep, here we go. No new cards have been bought since last week's video. Now, that's mainly because, as you can see here, I'm down to £3. My money is gone from the gallery. I don't want to deposit anymore. I do have some cards I'm trying to sell to try and make some money. Lewis Jr. is looking like a terrible pick for £33. He didn't play the last game. This could be a really bad pickup. Hopefully he plays at the weekend and gets back in the team, but he got dropped last game. So really hoping Lewis Jr. comes back into the team. Otherwise, we're just cursed. I might just give up on La Liga in season because clearly everyone I bring in is looking like a curse. So no new signings. Still rocking our Premier League guys. Yes, I did bad at the weekend just gone, but I believe there's better fixtures coming up this game week, right? Now let's go there. Let's go there right now. Let's take a look at my lineups for the coming weekend in Sorare. Right, gang, here we are in the lineups for game week 13, which is the wonderful world of... So we didn't look at the midweek lineups. There wasn't much to report about. I really backed Nottingham Forest against Real Betis in the kind of Europa, whatever league they're in, and that didn't do well. So Forest backing didn't look good. The Championship, this is why I'm basically out of the Championship, because Parata didn't play for Tigres. I went for a 5 stack of Tigres. Did okay these 3 cards, although my captain didn't do good and I got a DMP, so we're basically out of that competition. We still got a bit of hope if Villa do well today. We're once again rolling Watkins and Rodgers because your boy will not learn his lesson. So Watkins and Rodgers are going to be rolled out again. Maybe they do something. Maybe they're saving all their goals for Europe against Bologna today. So I don't know how that's going to go, but it's not going to go that well because my captain... Big Sergio Dominguez didn't do that well, and then we've got a La Liga lineup where the goalkeeper didn't play, Lewis Jr., which could have hit the streak. If Lewis Jr. had just played, chances are Rafinha might do okay later, but oh well. Maybe Rafinha won't even play for Barcelona because there's lots of games at the moment. Let's see how they rotate. So, Premier League in season, we go again, and much better fixtures this week. It's annoying that we're back to streak number 1 when we finally have some good fixtures kind of for everybody. We have to go back to game week 1 and streak 1. So, but that's how it is. We go again. So Everton, I've got a nice fixture. I've got a couple of Everton in season cards. They're playing West Ham at home. That's a great fixture for Everton. So my number 1 lineup, I've got Ndiaye and Grealish as a kind of double up. Captain Grealish. Tottenham are playing Wolves at home. Again, amazing fixture. Spurs at home to Wolves, Everton at home to West Ham, and Chelsea are at home to Brighton. Now, Chelsea's form hasn't been amazing lately, but the other good thing about this weekend is that we've got cup football midweek. So we know, okay, Spurs and Chelsea rested these players. Therefore, those players are pretty much guaranteed to play at the weekend. Players like João Pedro, players like Cucurella, players like, I think Grealish got rested for Everton. So, you know, big players got rested. So we also have that certainty that they should be playing this week. So, yeah, we're going to go for a Spurs defense against Wolves. Could do well. Wolves don't score many goals. Everton attack against West Ham. And then Moise Caicedo should be up for it against his former team, Brighton. Mr. Consistent. Just have to hope he plays. But, yeah, this is my number 1 lineup. And we just need to hit streak number 1 this week. 360 points. This lineup looks good to hit that. Second lineup. João Pedro and Kudos, a bit more attacking flair in this lineup. Dewsbury Hall, another Everton boy. Gabriel is kind of in this lineup because he kind of didn't fit in the other lineups where I went for like a stack in defense. So Gabriel in this lineup. It is a tricky game against Newcastle, but he's been putting up big scores this season, Gabriel, and not just in easy games. A 72 against Forest. I suppose against Liverpool and Man City, he's not done great, but I just think Newcastle are easier than Liverpool and City, and Arsenal's defence is maybe the best defence in the league. So, yeah, it's a tricky game, but if he wins a few tackles, he's a threat from set pieces as well. That's why he's there. And then Matt Sells, Nottingham Forest are playing Sunderland at home. Great fixture for Nottingham Forest, but we don't fully know where Nottingham Forest are because they had a good fixture last weekend, and I heavily backed them, I think, against Burnley, and they drew 1-1. So who knows what to expect. So I'm not going crazy on Forest, just the goalkeeper here in the in-season lineups. Next lineup, Chelsea defensive stack with the clown, Darth Sanchez. We call him Darth Sanchez. I don't know if I ever mentioned this in my videos, but his card this year makes him look like a Star Wars Sith. The way that the black background and the sleeves are black, it just looks like he's wearing a robe. So Darth Sanchez, and he was up to his dark arts last game, getting sent off so early on. So he served his suspension. Jorgensen's the other goalkeeper. Maybe Jorgensen gets a game, but Jorgensen wasn't exactly convincing in the cup midweek, so I'm guessing Sanchez comes back. So there he is, Sanchez and Cucurella. Tosin as well. I'm going to triple up on Chelsea defence and just really go hope Chelsea keep a clean sheet against Brighton. So 3 Chelsea defenders there. Evan Nielsen's playing Leeds away. So even my cards that are in season that aren't my big hitters, even some of the lesser cards like Evan Nielsen have a good fixture as well. So Leeds away for Evan Nielsen. That's a fun fixture. Play him. And then Kudos once again as a midfielder card. So Kudos is in 2 of my lineups. Okay, ready for DMP. Last lineup, we're going to once again. Here we go. Just insert last week's video clip of me talking about Watkins and Rodgers about how they're going to score eventually. They've got to score eventually. Surely Watkins and Rodgers have got to do something eventually. Here they are, both of them once again in my Division 3 lineup. Anthony Gordon, Kirkers, and then Sanchez in goal. So this is a bit more of a kind of wild punt, which is why Aston Villa players are there. La Liga in season, we're going to be going for. Hopefully Luis Jr. gets back in the team. The Sorare experts are saying he's 70% to play. So surely he's back in the team, right? Sergi Cardona and Buchanan make a nice 3 from Villarreal. Then we're going to be playing for Oyarzabal, who scored last game. Now, he's got a tricky fixture against Barcelona, but Barcelona don't exactly keep a lot of clean sheets. So I'm going to be playing Rafinha and Big Mikel in a kind of hope that it's like a 3-3, 4-3 kind of game where they both get hat tricks, basically. So we don't need to worry about defensive stacks here. We just want them both to score big. Now, some of these decisions are going to depend on what happens in the Thursday's game. Barcelona are playing later today. Aston Villa are playing later today on Thursday when I'm recording this. So if Rafinha plays 90 minutes, he's probably not going to play at the weekend. So I could swap him out for Ferran Torres or Lewandowski. Whoever the Barcelona attacker is that doesn't play a lot today, they're probably going to be the one that plays at the weekend. So we'll possibly have to monitor Rafinha. Rightio. Champion. Now, I'm feeling good about these 2 champion lineups here. This one, Forest against Sunderland, Everton against West Ham. So, good fixtures here. Wait, that's the other way around. Bowen against Everton. Okay, this is my insurance against Everton's defense. Bowen could still do something against Everton. Foden has been in good form. Man City are playing Burnley. So even if Foden comes off the bench, I could see some nice points there. Chelsea double up with Caicedo and Cucurella, and then Dimitrovic has got Girona away, which is a lovely fixture. Girona, one of the worst teams in the league. Espanyol been doing well this year, so Dimitrovic in goal for that. So this lineup, I'm confident about. We're not worrying about the bonus 4%. We've just gone for the big hitters in this one. This one, we've gone for the 6% bonus. 2 Forest against Sunderland. Pedro Neto, been a bit quiet lately, Pedro Neto, but was rested again in the cup, so should be fresh for this league game against Brighton. 2 Monaco boys, they've got a nice away fixture this week. Monaco is away, but it is against a team who I think 17th in the table. Yeah, Lorient are 17th in the table, so it's Monaco roulette. Will they play? Who knows? It's always a gamble with Monaco. We're going to guess Teze and Akliouche, but it could be anyone. And then a double up on the Alaves defense, who have also got an away game, but it's against Mallorca, which is also quite a nice fixture here. So a couple of away games there, but nice away games against teams towards the bottom of the table. In this lineup, a special shout out to Alex Sancris, who's been a bit of a favorite of mine in the gallery for a while. He was at Burgos last year in Division 2 in Spain, and I had a lot of fun with him as one of the top strikers in the 2nd division last year. He's moved to Getafe and hasn't got in the first team yet. He has, as you can see here, last season he was doing this. This is what he was doing last year for Burgos. Had a lot of fun with him last year. He moved to Getafe, so we've kept his card. Didn't start the first few games. Came off the bench in the last 2 games, but now he's a 60% chance of playing because, I can't remember, one of the strikers at Getafe is now injured. So Sancris should get a game, and it's a nice home fixture against Levante, which isn't the trickiest game. So I'm putting him in this team here quite high up. I think it's the first time I've actually put him in a classic lineup this year because, he's been on the bench. I've understandably been cautious with him, but I love him. I love him from last season. So hopefully he can come in with the injured guy injured and do well. Barcelona roulette in defense here. Again, if these guys both play today, probably not going to play them at the weekend. Declan Rice and Eze, Arsenal boys against Newcastle, could be a fun game. Agued's been doing really well for Marseille, one of my West Ham collection pieces, doing really well for Marseille. So gonna captain him away at Strasbourg. Strasbourg are a fairly well set team. They defend well. So I feel like Strasbourg, Marseille, should be like a low scoring game. Lots of chances for Agued to win tackles. Maybe it finishes 0-0. That'd be fun for me. So under 23s, we're going for it big time. Big Sergi Dominguez is going to captain the under 23s this week. 2 Monaco boys. Mika Bereth, fresh from scoring 1 goal in the last game. First goal he scored in a while. So now I'm hoping floodgates have opened and it's Mika Bereth's season once again. Lamine Camara from Monaco also backing him up. Estevao with Cole Palmer looking like he's injured. Estevao didn't start in the cup midweek. That makes me think he might start in the league. So he's going to be in this lineup here. Abed in goal. Mourinho in defense. The special one. Yeah, Diop for Cercle Bruges. Fairly handy Monaco collection piece. Doing well in another league. So yeah, I like the look of my under 23 lineup this week. Let's see how it does. All-Star. This is the big one. This is the heavy hitter team where Jack Grealish has found himself in the All-Star lineup this week. Alongside his card twin, Julian Alvarez. So I like that the Man City cards are in this lineup together. Maybe a silly reason to pick that. Maybe a silly reason to go with that. But it just feels right, this lineup, how it looks. 2 Cruz Azul players here, 2 Tigres players here, and then Captain Koulibaly. We don't get to use Koulibaly often, so it's always nice when we do get to use him. Chuck him in, make him captain. He usually scores well for his team. Let's have a look at his last scores. Ignore this 35 because that was on international duty. But when he plays for his club and it's a game covered on by Sorare, he's got 100, 78, 75, 100. So yeah, Koulibaly is the man. Whenever he plays in a competition covered by Sorare, we chuck Koulibaly in and we're captaining him because, you know, we don't get to see him often. So nice to give him the captaincy. Other lineups, you know, I've spread out all my teams. I've spread out my Tigres players. So there's only 2 Tigres players in each lineup. Cunha could be an interesting pick here. Matthias Cunha for Manchester United away at Brentford. Kind of fancy him to have a good game there. Everton, a couple of Everton boys here at home to West Ham. I think that is a good fixture for me to target. So I've tried to throw in quite a few Everton players wherever I can. And those are basically my serious lineups for the game week, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Write manifest and then players that you want to do well. Maybe you've got those players as well. I hope you enjoyed Detective Amreezy making an appearance today. I hope you've enjoyed our live shows every Monday that we've been doing. We have the great show on Monday with Kev Hurd. If you have not seen that episode yet, go check it out. The show starts at like 5 minutes into the video because there's no audio at the beginning. Skip ahead. I made a timestamp. 5 minutes in, that's when me and Kev, you can hear us both. And then next Monday's episode, we should be joined by Jack P. Jack P, who had been on a few weeks ago, is returning to the channel to chat Premier League fun with us. So join us for that. Otherwise, I'll see you next week on another episode of Road to Sorare Boss episode. Peace.